Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So for this video I decided to do a 100 baby challenge home. It's gonna be like the ultimate baby home, or baby 100 baby challenge home. I took a lot of inspiration from Cheaper by the Dozen. Actually, scratch that, it wasn't Cheaper by the Dozen, it was Yours, Mine, and Ours, the newer version that came out sometime in the 2000s, not the super old version that came out who knows when, in the 50s or 60s or something. Um, so, since saying that, I was going for an artsy vibe, like the mom from Yours, Mine, and Ours. She was very, eccentric and out there, and her house was glitter and color, and the kids, were free and expressed themselves however they wanted. So I kind of wanted to go with that in this build. So you're going to see some of that when you're watching the build. This build took me so long to do, not only to film. I'm not even going to say to edit, because not going to lie to you, I didn't edit this video at all. So you're going to see all of my hesitations, and I just sped it up really, really quickly because it was just too much to edit. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was just lazy and didn't want to edit the video at all. So it's just, you're going to see everything. Well, I guess what you don't see is the struggle to put a roofing on, because that was a lot of work. I feel like every time I'm doing a speed build and I'm talking through, the processes and everything, I'm always like, oh, picking out rugs, the part I hate the most. Picking out the roof, the part I hate the most. There's a lot I hate about building, but for some reason I still enjoy it so, so much. This entryway, by the way, ended up being way too big. I do end up making it smaller because I ended up not being able to fit the high chairs, I believe it was, into the dining room. So I had to make that foyer smaller, which you'll see later on. Um, the one thing I do want to say, I wanted the space to be a bit bigger in each room. And when I built the floor plan, I felt like the house was already super big. But then as I was filling the rooms, I was like, damn, this room is way too small. Except for the foyer, that was too big. But yeah, so I spent a lot of time toying around with how I was gonna lay out each bedroom, and get it to look how I wanted. Um, it was a struggle. Um, the living room, I pictured it more, cluttered and with things to do. But there just wasn't enough room, so I just made it look like, a little toddler area, since how I made the room was, as you see here, the mom's art studio, then mom's bedroom, and off of mom's bedroom would be the nursery where, the newborns are, and then the only other bedroom on the first floor is the toddler room. So you're going to see a lot of things for the toddlers on the first floor, and then the rest of the kids would be upstairs. I also wanted to make this home for people who might have a mod like I do that allows you to have as many Sims in the household as you please. So I have a mod that allows me to have like over 20, even more than 20 Sims in a household. So for people who may be doing the 100 baby challenge but aren't playing by the rules, and, you know, don't care about that 8 sim limit, I wanted the house to be able to accommodate for you guys if you ended up using it, and I feel like I didn't have as many bedrooms or beds in a room also as I would like, because as I said, the rooms ended up being smaller than I wanted, but you can definitely turn some spaces upstairs into an additional room, or even I know in the room upstairs that I made like a little girl's room, you can add another bed. Um, you know, anything you want to do with this house, you can switch it up and make it your own. I find that when I like a lot of builds on the gallery, and I will download them to my game and want to use them, but as I'm playing with them, they just don't feel right. Like it doesn't fit the story I'm trying to play out. You know, maybe it's a 2 bedroom with a mom's room and a little boy's room, when the story I'm trying to play out is like a dad and maybe 3 daughters, you know? Um, and so I kind of like to start from scratch with my main sim, and then, you know, have her work her way up in her career, save up money, or him, whatever sim I'm using, and, you know, build off that. And then you can see the Sims personalities more as I'm adding things to the household that fit them. Um, but for those who like a already made home, you know, the gallery's great. I do like to personalize my home a little bit more. And so sometimes I'll download houses from the gallery and then have to like rearrange a lot of things. But I don't know, there's just something about playing in a pre-made home that's a little less personal than if you built the home yourself from scratch. But yeah, like I'll just spend so much time in the gallery downloading um, houses, and I'm like, I'm never gonna use these. Why am I downloading? I just like them. I think they're pretty. Another room that was too small, the kitchen. I wanted the kitchen to be a bit more big. I wanted it to have an island where I could have stools, and that just wasn't how it worked out. Ended up being way too small. Sorry if you can hear the parakeets and the birds in the background. He probably can hear me talking, and he's upset that I'm not talking to him. What was I gonna say? He made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, so the house isn't as big as I wanted it. This is where I'm figuring out that I can't fit as many high chairs as I wanted in the room. I mean, obviously, depending how many Sims you have in this household, maybe they won't fit in that 2 table seater that I did. I also realized that it fit about 8 Sims with those 2 tables, and I could have just used a really big table to put there instead of making 2 together, but I like the design of that particular table, so I just ended up going with that. There was a lot of activities I added to the home. I definitely missed some things and didn't put everything in there. But, you know, I try to think of everything I could. I also didn't want to add everything, because the house was going to be way too expensive from the get-go, so, but yeah, I added a lot of stuff. I knew I wanted a green room. I mean, this here, you see me, I constantly keep adding things to the art room because I just found so many clutter things that I liked. But the green room, I wanted it to be, I wanted the home to have a green room. I just felt like that fit the vibes of the home. But obviously you can change that sunroom into anything you would like. Here is where I'm doing the kids room, like their spot where they're gonna hang out after school, do homework, watch TV, play video games. I did realize I didn't add any computers into this room, and I didn't know why. There could have been a reason. I don't remember why. So I ended up, at the end, you'll see I'll add 2 laptops in. You can put that in the inventory of maybe the two eldest kids or however you want to do that, or switch them out for real computers. But yeah, so I got this idea. I've seen a couple of family homes on YouTube and they were adding, little homework nooks, and I thought that was a good idea, even though it's very frustrating because your Sims never go to one spot to do their homework. So, you know, I do think there's a mod where you can either assign where they do their homework or they will automatically go to a desk to do their homework. I can't remember which, but there's mods out there, I'm sure. And then this is the one teen room I had. I was gonna do two, but ended up only having room for one. So here's the one teen room. In my head, I'm thinking, the oldest kid gets the room, and then once that oldest kid moves out, the next oldest finally gets their own room. So it's like a little privilege that they get. It really annoys me that the windows where the bed is aren't centered, but I had to move it to the right because I wanted to fit that bench by the bed. So it's how I had to go. And here I'm doing the little girl's room. I wanted to fit a lot of things in here because I didn't end up being able to fit the crafts table and the science table into the main areas of the home. So I was trying to incorporate them into the kids' rooms. So yeah, under that other bunk bed, you can fit another bed if need be. And I also was trying not to make it too matchy. And I also didn't want it to be a pink and blue theme where the girls' room was pink and the boys' room was blue. But some way, somehow, that is basically what ended up happening. I was trying to find certain color palettes that go, and those were the ones I ended up with, and it ended up being the dominant colors in each room. So, and then I took this idea from the Brady Bunch. I don't know if anybody's watched the Brady Bunch, but where they had that connecting bathroom, but the toilets were separate. The boys had the toilet on their side, and the girls had the toilet on their side, but the shower connected through each other's bathrooms. So I thought that would be a good idea because when you have a household with a lot of Sims, the bathroom is a big issue. I mean, you're constantly never having enough toilets for your Sims to use the bathroom. So I wanted the house to have as many bathrooms as possible as I could fit. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toilets. Is that right? Yeah, 6 toilets. In the house. So hopefully that is enough and you don't have any problems. Depending how many Sims you have. And then here, though it took up more room than necessary, I decided to put a twin bed in the little boy's room, or boy's room if you want to call it that. So that, you know, just to change it up a bit. They didn't really get a lot of stuff in here. I put the, little chemist science table in there, and the Boy Scouts, or I should call it Scouts because it's for boys or girls, Scouts board in there. I figured it didn't matter as long as you have them available, If you have a boy who's into art, he can just use the stuff in the girls' room, and if the girls into scouting or scientific stuff, they can just go in there and use it. So lately I've been making a lot of scientific Sims, where I'll start with a Sim, have them have a child, and then make that child like just start from scratch, try to get them to the highest, skills and all their skills and max out their aspirations, and just see how successful I can make them. And science is usually the career path I end up going with. I don't know why. It's just what I'm into at the moment. My playstyle changes all the time. But the one thing that always holds true, strong and true, is I always make the main parent in the home be an artist. It's just the easiest, most convenient way to make money, I have to say. And with my latest household, I have her doing freelance artwork, which has really brought in the dough. Anywho, off topic, back to the build. Here I'm just trying to add some clutter. I felt like I decorated the girls' room a lot, and I wanted to put that same effort here. But again, it was a small space to work with. I did not test play any of this. I felt like I took way too long to build this, and just like with not editing the video, I wanted to just, you know, I wanted to get it out there because I felt like if I didn't post this video soon, it would never get out there. So, but playtesting's, I feel like it's not a big deal. You find a problem, you either can move the object slightly or get rid of it. You know, it's up to you. If you don't know, it's B. If you hit Shift Control C, the cheat bar will pop up, and you type in bb.moveobjects and hit enter. You will be able to move things wherever you want. And then if you use the control button while you're holding that object, you can move it around. So if you have any trouble with anything, you just use that little trick there. And then here I'm just adding curtains into the bedrooms because I added curtains downstairs, which is something I never do. Also, the night lights. Nothing more annoying than the kids and the toddlers when they're constantly waking up at night if you forget to add the night lights. So I always try to add those, but I never add curtains. I also never add like toilet paper, just like little details like that. I just never do. And I've been trying to be more conscious and do those things. Just because, you know, they add a little something, something, you know, little detail to the room. So yeah, in this build, I made it a point to add curtains. Honestly, this room here is just a teen room's dream. Speaking of teen rooms, I got the high school pack, and so I ended up adding, you see at the end here, I'm adding a lot of stuff from, it's not even a lot, I added like 3 things from that pack into this build. Here I am fixing the window again because I realized, oh, I can't make it centered because of the bench. But I added a few things, and then I'm adding wall decor here because I felt like this wall was just way too empty. In the hall, I add a few things as well. It's mainly just clutter stuff and things to decorate. I added the telescope on the eldest teen room's balcony. Like I said, I was just trying to add activities and ways to build skills into the home because I feel like, especially with children and toddlers, like you only have so many skills to build anyway, and to find new ways to build those skills is always a chore. So I was just trying to add things, you know, around and in the home for them to do. But this is basically, you know, the finished product. I'm just adding random bits and pieces here. And I think, let me double check. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why I feel like this video is going slower in speed than the rest of the video. So trippy. But yeah, here I'm just adding some stuff in the hallway, you know, some last minute details. And just looking around the house. Oh, actually, I do end up adding some stuff for pets, I add the hamster cage, which I think I've already added by this point. And then I add some bowls because I was like, you know, she's going to have dogs. In the Yours, Mine, and Ours movie, they had lots of different types of pets. I wanted to play that in here. You know, if you want, add some chickens in the backyard. Go crazy. It's a great, you know, way for kids to get up their responsibility taking care of the chickens, you know. And then I thought, you know, what if someone wants a cat? So I added some cat things in there as well. The hardest part was finding a place to put the litter box. So I ended up just putting it outside on the porch. I feel like in every single game I have where I have cats, the biggest challenge, and honestly the biggest challenge in real life, is trying to figure out where to put the litter box. In real life, I have my cat's litter box in my closet right now. I always put it in a closet, like a hall closet, because there's just never any room in the bathroom to put a litter box. I know a lot of people like putting them in the laundry room. That was one thing I've also wanted to add to this home that I didn't, was a laundry room. But I probably would have put it in there if I did have a laundry room in this build. Honestly, I might try making another 100 baby home sometime in the future if I have the energy to spend that I spent on this video. To do it again. The large builds are really hard. So, but you know, I'm not taking it off the table of me trying again. But yeah, so this is the home. Try it out. I'm gonna add it to the gallery once I upload this video. You can find it at Graciee Simss. I spell my handle name in my intro with 2 S's for the reason that on the gallery it's with 2 S's. So if you're wondering, it's Graciee Simss, GraceeSimss, and you should be able to find me through there. And download this build. So yeah, so this is the build, all finished and done. Just giving you guys a little preview of the home, all set and done. But I hope you guys have a great October. It's already October, favorite time of year, fall. And I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I will be putting out more videos more frequently since, you know, things are changing. But thanks for watching. Hope you like. And see you in the next one. Bye, guys.